Excuse me, I don't appreciate that.
I've never seen one.
Okay, guys, we are officially live on the interweb. What you need to do is this. Everybody, pull out your smartphone. Don't act like you don't have it.
Do it right now.
It's how you knew to get here.
Every single one of you.
Go to the Gun Collective Facebook page and share out the live feed. Everyone, no exceptions. If you have a page, share the page. Panelists too.
I'm doing it.
We're using the hashtag TGC panel. No
Yes,
2017. Yes. Yep, nice and easy. TGC panel, all right? And while you're doing that, while the panelists are learning how to use their phones, we just want to take a second and throw out some thank yous. We've been in here setting up all day. A lot of legwork, media guys in the back, making sure everything runs seamlessly. A few volunteers that showed up. A lot of these guys' crew, everybody here to be able to make this happen. And I think your turnout is showing that it's speaking for itself. In relation to that, huge thanks to the NRA for saying, hey, we recognize this new form of media that matters, these voices who have influence, and you guys that are showing up to really validate what's going on in gun culture and in media, everything. Thank you so much. Thanks to the NRA guys for having us. And is Jason still here? Did he take off?
I think he's gone.
Yep, so we won't talk about him. But yeah, now that we got all that crap out of the way, we're going to give some stuff away. We're going to start immediately giving stuff away. We actually have 2 brand new Nikon scopes. These are, let me steal one of these real quick.
It's from their new black line. These are brand new.
Yep, brand new, proof. These are actually in the box. Yep, you know they're not used. Unused. What are you doing? So get your tickets out.
Get your tickets out, guys. These raffle tickets. We're serious.
We're going to let the panelists take turns pulling the tickets. We've got plenty of shenanigans, but screwing with your giveaways is not one of them. All right, Sean, you want to be first? Sean-anigans.
Sean-nanigans.
This is for 1 Nikon black scope.
The winner is Sean Heron.
That's a lie.
No, there's no names on them. 241442.
Who's got it?
That's binary for Sean Heron.
Yeah.
241442. All right.
Come up and get it, or? All right, let's get another one. Let's do it.
All right, next one. Jeremy?
Draw it.
Do the honors.
All right, we have 241353.
353. Anybody. Somebody's got that ticket.
241353.
Look in your pockets.
Over there.
There you go.
Right over there.
We got a winner.
Tony Romo fan. Hey! All right, so you'll notice in each aisle there are 3 microphones. One on this side, one in the middle, and one on the end, okay? If you would like to, in an orderly fashion, prepare yourselves to move toward a microphone, we're going to start with some questions. We'll throw out a question, move to a giveaway. We'll be pulling some questions off of Facebook too. While you're forming your lines, we're going to go down through and introduce everybody in the panel so you know who they are. Each has a different level of experience and attractiveness. All right? So we'll finish with Mr. Patton at the end. But we have Adam Kraut from the Legal Brief. We have 22 Plinkster. We have Chad from IB8888. We have Eric from IB8888. We have Tim from Military Arms Channel. Wow. You've got them fooled. We have Sean from We Like Shooting.
Yeah.
Jeremy.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. From thetruthaboutguns.com.
Writer, not video. Little bit different mix, okay? We have Whitey for 4 Guys Guns. Michael, Mr. Guns, and you.
Thanks, guys.
They're cheering on your level of fitness. And Mr. John Patton from the Gun Collective. My name is Ebbs. I'll be walking with the microphone because I love the sound of my own voice. So we're going to start with the, I think we're going to start with the Boy Scout over here.
Yeah, let's do
You see this over here? Yeah. Real quick, let's try to keep a simple format, everybody. State your name, just first name only, and then your question. If it's a general question for the panel, you guys could jump on it. If not, then just address who it's for, and they'll be happy to answer your questions. Are you ready, buddy?
Yes.
Do it!
So, my name's Hayden, and I like an AK. My dad likes an AR. Who's right?
Wow.
Anybody want to jump in?
Getting this thing started off heated.
Both.
Arguing with the kid.
You've got to have both.
Right answer, both.
Dream big, don't limit yourself. Get both.
Do we have, actually, we have this awesome Patriot Patch panel up here. Do we have the AR-AK match made in heaven? Is that on here?
Where's Jake?
It's a great patch. Where's Jake? We lost Jake. It doesn't matter. Hayden, awesome question. Thanks, buddy.
Also,
Thank you.
I have a second question. Were any of you Boy Scouts?
Yes.
Show of hands, Boy Scouts. Yes.
Thank you.
Hey, Aiden. Thank you, brother. Hey, Aiden.
Thank you. Great question.
Thank you for coming. Whoa. Hey, Aiden. Where'd you go, man?
Yes?
Make sure you stay through and become an Eagle Scout. Best thing I ever did.
That's
right.
That's one of my biggest goals in life.
Good.
All right, so we have a mess of holsters from Stealth Gear. We're going to draw. You're actually going to get a card. John, Howard, can you hold up some of the holsters on the table so they can see what kind of things are available? Thank you, Stealth Gear, for donating generously. And you're going to get a card that is redeemable through contact to the company. It'll be super easy. So we don't have the pile of holsters here. You can order custom exactly what you want. All right, Tim, why don't you draw a ticket there for me?
Let's do a bunch of them.
Okay.
Let's make this happen. Wow.
I can't afford that right now. All right. 241282.
Over there.
All right. Let's get this man a certificate.
All right.
Hand up, sir.
Pick from the right side of the box.
All right, Eric. Your turn. Let's pick another one. Let's do another Stealth Gear holster, John.
What's your number, Chad?
All right. Let's see. 241145. All right.
All right, front center.
Tell him what he wants.
Let's have them pre-draw this.
Yep, drop.
I want to get to these questions.
You guys have questions still? Are you comfortable standing? We got the air cranked. If you could breathe less, it's really going to help things a lot. Just go ahead and pull.
All right, next holster, 241471.
Right
Nice.
here, up front.
Nice.
Yeah. That's another holster from Stealth Gear.
All right, next one, 241288. 241288.
We got a winner.
Winner, chicken dinner.
We have a mountain of stuff to give away. We got to go quick. I guess I'm the next one. It's 241160.
241160. Right over here, camo hat. Who's next? Kraut, was that you?
All right,
Yeah.
241176. Nice.
24176. We find it?
Got it, yep.
Yes. Go ahead.
241364.
241364. Right over here on the side.
Yeah. Hey, guys, shout when you win so we can
Stand
really
up
find
and
you.
say howdy.
There's like 6
All right.
of you here.
Next one. 241236. 241236. Hey!
So listen, that young man there,
Richard, stand up.
he comes over here from the UK every year to come to the NRA convention.
Yeah, he does.
Hey. He's a member. He's a member of our NRA. It's awesome. All right, let's keep going. Call it out, Sean, when you have it.
241088.
241088.
The winner is Sean Heron.
Tried that once, buddy. Go ahead, Tim.
All right.
All right.
We have 241024. Right there.
241024, right there in front.
All right, we got 241347. There you go.
Love the hat, by the way.
241114.
Right there.
Guy on the line?
Yep. You got it.
All right, 241063. Over there.
All right.
Enough?
All right, let's get another question in.
All right, there you go.
This gentleman in the front, please step forward.
My name's Nick.
Hi, Nick.
Hi, Nick.
Hi, Nick.
I think that guy was partying with us last night.
So with this new letter that came out for SB Tactical, and that we can legally do whatever we want with pistols, it's a great day. And KAK Industries, which is a competitor, they claim that they talked to somebody over a phone and got a similar response.
Sweet phone call, bro.
Yeah, sweet phone call. But as far as I understand, ATF doesn't do things over the phone in relation to that kind of determinations. So what are your thoughts on this claim that they're making? I mean, it's a brace, you can probably shoulder it, but it doesn't sound official.
It's not official. It's a phone call.
Fortunately, we have an attorney on the panel.
Hey, Adam.
Where? Hold on, where? No, you guys like handling legal issues, right? You guys take care of it. Okay, we'll try and make this simple. So determination letters are just that. You're asking the agency for a request for determination on something, right? It's not in the law, it's not a court ruling, it's not a regulation, it's just what the agency thinks. A phone call, so writing's good because writing shows that if you do something wrong and it ends up in court or they take a different interpretation, you can produce a letter. Theoretically, this is not legal advice. Let me preface this.
Not legal advice.
And
never.
And you can show that, look, I relied on this opinion you folks provided to me, to my detriment, and that may be a valid defense. However, a phone call saying, well, so and so over at ATF told me X, is not necessarily going to have the same benefit as having a letter. Now that said, if you look at what the contents of the letter says, while it is specifically addressed to SB Tactical, it was in regards to ATF's analysis of that. So that's something to consider in your question there.
Yeah, but I talked to that guy at the gun store that one time, and he told me I could do whatever I want.
That's legal advice.
Well, I should mention, the letter says pistol braces. It doesn't talk specifically about SB, because TTAG loves helping out TFB, I would like to say, and I've heard from a lot of manufacturers here as well. If you've got something that qualifies as a pistol brace, that the ATF has said this is a pistol brace, then you are maybe covered by that letter. That's what all the other manufacturers are saying. Certainly, SB was the first to get out there and say it's for us, and it was sent to their lawyer.
Well, actually, if you read it, it's in quotations. It says stabilizing brace, which is inherent in their name. SB stands for stabilizing brace, and they do use quotation marks in that letter to call it out specifically.
Okay.
A safe place to get a letter of your own from the ATF.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, that's a great question. Thanks, Nick.
All right, that's great. Thanks, Nick. Let's go over here to the side, the man with the camera. Let's get another question, and then I think we should probably give away a rifle.
Yeah.
Like the sound of that. We have several. All right, your name and your question, sir.
Hello, I'm Mr. D, and my question is, with the Hearing Protection Act, if it goes through, I know with a firearm you can legally make your own firearm without having to worry about the serial numbers and things like that. Would you be able to do that with a suppressor?
Oh, Adam.
Adam gets to answer all these questions.
Fortunately, we have an attorney on the panel.
Well, welcome to the Gun Collective panel, where Adam is the lawyer.
Welcome back to the Legal Brief Live.
Yeah. So to answer your question, the HPA's currently proposed bill hasn't made it out of committee yet in either chambers, so the language could change. If, and I don't really want to hypothesize on this, but if it passed in the current form, we'll say, nothing's changed, you currently can manufacture your own silencer. You just need to submit a Form 1 and have that approved prior to doing it. You are required under the National Firearms Act to mark the silencer as such. Now, if it became a firearm, they're waiving. I can't tell you what the future of that bill would be. I don't know. You can currently make a silencer. It's going to depend as to how the final language ends up as to what you can and can't do and whether or not it needs to be marked. So you're really asking me to guess, and I can't do that, unfortunately.
And that is not legal advice.
They really need to rewrite the bill, in the big scheme of things, because right now it's no good.
One example of that is the bill is about a half a page in length, and it has, basically, if you look at the Gun Control Act of 1968, this is really awkward. If you look at the Gun Control Act of 1968, there's 14 references to a silencer in that act, and the current Hearing Protection Act makes no reference to that and does not strip that language from the 68 Gun Control Act. So as it sits right now, if it passed, and Adam, correct me if I'm wrong, every single part of a suppressor, which is considered a suppressor component, would have to be serialized and transferred on the 4473 form.
It's considered it would be a firearm, because the definition of a silencer, it's not to bore you with legal technical terms. You can watch the legal brief if you want that stuff. But essentially, everything that's in a silencer, if it's separate from the silencer, it's considered a silencer part, and it's a controlled part. The idea being that it's used exclusively for use in a silencer. If it has a dual purpose, then it becomes theoretically outside the realm, but there may be some exceptions to that. And again, it's not legal advice.
Thank you.
Disclaimer.
Legal speak.
Thank you.
Awesome. Kraut, if you could avoid using words like hypothesize, we'll all do a lot better here today. All right, we have a couple tickets that have been pre-drawn. John has one. We have a one-off custom Faxon rifle that's going to come with a hollow sun optic. The ladies are going to show you off here. Now, this is very important for legal purposes. The ladies will meet you in the back, let you see your rifle, and then you're going to go to the table where you got your ticket when you came in, and Brandy from IV88 is going to be back there. She's the mom of the group. She's joyful, bubbly. Everybody loves Brandy. You're going to give her your information so we can coordinate you receiving this rifle legally at your FFL. And that's going to go for everything with a serial number today. Does everyone understand that a little bit? Okay.
Wait a minute. I thought this was like the gun show loophole thing.
Does it have a flippy thing that goes up?
It does.
Yeah, we got to regulate that.
Cool.
Thanks, Chad.
You're welcome.
John, you got a number for us?
I do. The last three, 463.
463.
Give a shout.
The winner is Sean Heron.
Are we gonna
Okay,
beat
that joke's boring. I'm sorry.
Really? No? 463?
All right, Kraut, you got your redraw? No.
Wait, we got
he's away! You are a hair's breadth away, sir. Well done. Well done. All right, let's get another question. We'll do another giveaway, then we're going to spin it and take a question off Facebook. Anyone watching live can't be here. If you have questions for the panelists, we'd like to get some of yours too. So feel free to submit those on the feed, and we'll pull them up. It's got to be good. Whitey's weeding them out over here, so excellent stuff. All right, over here on the side, sir, speak your name, please, clearly into the microphone so everybody can hear.
My name's Grant, and thanks for putting this on again.
Thank you for coming.
My question is basically for the entire panel. With YouTube doing its thing about the demonetizing, has anybody went up to the NRA since they see us all now and see you guys if they can put your content on their platform? Or to actually start, we got full 30, but we don't have anywhere else to go besides YouTube.
So basically the problem is YouTube is so big and so powerful. You remember the MySpace days? Yeah. Okay. So MySpace was the top of the hill. Nobody could compete with them. And then Facebook showed up, knocked them off their pedestal, and took over. Now everybody uses Facebook. YouTube is that Goliath. It's that monopoly, pretty much. trying to pry people away from that social network is really, really hard. So even NRA, with all their resources, would struggle to pull a significant audience away from YouTube. We just we're forced to play by their rules. Their house, their rules, and we're just trying to make our way through it. They don't like us because of our content. They put up with us. But honestly, this whole demonetization thing that's recently happened didn't just target the firearms community. It hit everybody, right? And you can thank the Wall Street Journal for their hit piece that did that, and we caused an advertiser boycott, and they lost $750 million in revenue, and we're all feeling that pinch now. So
I think another important thing to mention too is the fact that there are things on YouTube that aren't gun related that people have access on a regular basis too. So it's not just gun content people are consuming. People might get on there and watch crazy cat videos, or not want pull something up for their kid to watch, something funny, or
cats and machine
cartoons.
guns.
So people look at a lot of other stuff too. So it's kind of a one-stop shop in that regard. So
Hey, Eric, do you think it's possible to fire a fake cat out of your cannon?
I feel obligated to do that.
I think we need to make that happen.
I think one of the most important things, and you had kind of nailed it on the head, is you had said they hear us now, or they see us now. I think this would have been this size last year if we had the support we have this year. I think guys like Mr. Brown, who helped make all this possible with Patton and the Gun Collective, are the people that we need to be cheering on in that fight. I think a lot of people don't see how much the NRA is actually split up between a lot of different factions to get the message out there. If we want to be heard, we have to keep doing stuff like this. We have to be 3, 5, 10 times this size consistently, and we have to be one team, one dream. So when you say things like that, it makes me really happy because it seems like we're all on the same page. We can fight about Glock versus 1911 all day long, but as long as we get the NRA back on what our agenda is meant to be, I think that's going to be a positive step forward to getting something like that, like a standardized platform that we don't have things to worry about like that underway. But I don't think it's going to be a tomorrow thing, and I don't think it's going to be a 2-year from now thing. But they need us to continue speaking up from the ranks, so to speak. And Mr. Brown is, I think, a good man to have in that position, along with guys like Adam, really coming forward and getting on that board.
I want to drive one point home too, guys. The NRA is being very proactive in this. They actually showed concern when the demonetization took place at the firearms channels. So NRA is really becoming more aggressive. They're going from a defensive position to an offensive position. We're going to press the advantage that we have for the next 4 years, take advantage of a friendly administration to not just defend ourselves from gun laws that may pass, but to roll back the clock and take back some of those gun laws that have already encroached on our liberties.
Awesome. Great question. Great question. Here's one from...
And because of that, I became a life member at this show. I want to support the NRA.
All right, I think we're going to pull one from Facebook Live. So guys, anybody can jump on this.
Let's do that.
I'm sorry?
I said, let's do it.
Thanks.
Yeah.
You're doing terrific.
I'm excited.
Ebs, go ahead right now.
Yep.
Do it.
Do you think we will see, general question for everybody, do you think we will see more bullpups coming out in the coming years? And what hurdles do you think there are for bullpup development?
The trigger.
Wait, was this from Desert Tech?
This is an MDR advertisement. Me personally, I love bullpups, and I think we're going to see more and more of them. I think probably the biggest hurdle that people are trying to deal with right now is what to do with the spent case. So we're seeing all sorts of innovation in terms of how to get rid of that empty casing. MDR's throwing it forward. Kel-Tec has the rifles that are throwing the spent cases forward. Now they have the downward ejecting 5.56 rifle, throwing the case down. It's just really, that's probably the biggest hurdle. I think the trigger issue has been solved. People that say, does it have a bullpup trigger? That's like so 1970s. That was the AUG, and even it's better now. So in my opinion, it's just the spent case and how to get rid of it.
Yeah, I agree. We're seeing lots of, at all the shows we go to, we're seeing lots of bullpups. I know Jard has a bunch of them coming out, and yeah, it seems like they're really popular, and I think people, they bought so many AR-15s that they're really looking for things that are new and different, and you know, the space gun, the bullpup design is just, it's fun, and I think people like it a lot.
I think there's also some accuracy gremlins with bullpups that some people seem to just, you know, they can't really get around to some degree. it just seems like there's inconsistencies with bullpups and accuracy.
It depends on the gun, just like everything.
Yeah,
The Steyr AUG is a 1-minute gun with the right ammunition.
Right.
So then you get into the X95 and it's a 3-minute gun. So
Yeah, but I mean, as soon as a company comes out with a bullpup, it's super accurate and it can keep up with like a normal AR. I think that's really where it's gonna drive it home.
I know there's some barrel companies out there looking to build match-grade barrels for bullpups now.
They should.
So, yep.
I think the Atrax is coming out too from
Yep.
Lithgow.
The
That's a
F90,
new
which
gun.
is the Australian
Yeah.
Steyr AUG. We
Yep.
should see that hopefully this year.
Yeah, they're dropping soon.
All right, one more quick from Facebook. Why does everyone look up to Sean Heron? All right, let's.
Hey, Ebbs, how much hair product did you use today?
I'm not listening to you. We're giving away 3 MANTICORE arms rails. You got one? Okay. Kraut's got the first number. 3 MANTICORE arm rails, 9-inch, 13-inch, and 15-inch. So thanks to those guys for doing that. They're also providing
thank you.
sponsorship for our live stream too, I believe. Correct? Kraut, go ahead.
The last 3 are 4-3-3.
4-3-3. Who won? Speak up.
There you go.
All right. Next one is 4-6-1. 4-6-1.
In the back.
In the back with authority. And one more here real quick. 0-3-6. 0-3-6.
There he is.
All right. All right, we're going to bring our questions back to the middle again. One more time, step forward clearly in the microphone, please. Tell us your name and your question.
Hey, my name's Lee from Tuscaloosa, and my question was for, I guess, anybody that wants to pick it up. First of all, can we get a round of applause for John Patton for putting this thing on?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you, guys.
You guys are enabling him.
Well, and thanks to all of you guys for
They're enabling
participating
you.
in this, man. This is awesome. So we really
Thank
appreciate
you.
it. We really do. My question's for anybody that wants to pick it up. I'm just getting into reloading. What do you think would be a good press to start with, just for somebody who's never touched it? Anybody that wants to pick that up.
It's hard to beat just a good old RCBS rock chucker. I mean, I can't tell you how many thousands of rounds I've personally loaded on a rock chucker. You can't destroy them. It's a really good, solid single stage press that'll serve you really well, and they can size anything. And the rock chucker's nice because it has a removable bushing. So at one point, if you end up wanting to run like the larger diameter dies, you can also do that with the rock chucker. I mean, really for the money, a rock chucker is something that you'll buy once and you'll have the rest of your life, and it'll last forever.
And will that do several different calibers, 9mm, 300
Yeah, I mean, it's a little
blackout, whatever?
slower because you're having to, take the dies out for each stage of the reloading process. But I mean, if you're just going to get into initial reloading, a rock chucker is something that even later down the road when you upgrade, you're always going to find a use for your rock chucker. Like a lot of the reloading I do now, despite the fact that Chad and I both use progressives and all different kind of other presses, there's some tasks that still, that old rock chucker, it gets used all the time for that reason.
I would agree with Eric on that. The rock chucker is awesome. Another press to consider though is the Dillon 550B, which is a nice entry-level progressive. But I would go with him and say that the RCBS rock chucker is a great starting press, but I also take a look at the Dillon.
And they hold the value.
Yep.
Nothing against Lee, because Eric and I got started on Lee presses back in the day, and then we moved to RCBS, and I picked up a.
My name's Lee. I thought you meant nothing against
No,
me.
no, Lee press, yeah. No, but I picked up a Redding Boss set for like way deep discount, like clearance price off graphs 1 year.
You
And I
found
paid
a good deal, Chad?
Oh yeah, I found a good deal.
That's shocking.
Now it was like $300 for the press. I mean, you got everything you needed with it, and I really dig the Redding stuff. It's kind of the top end for me of like reloading equipment, like the dies and everything are just really, really super high quality. But nothing against Lee, nothing against RCBS. I've got a wide variety of every single company out there. I mean, red, blue, green, the whole 9 yards, and it all works together really well.
Yeah, I've been in their reloading room, and it's full of everybody's products. You know, there isn't one brand that just kind of supersedes everything. It's kind of get what works.
Yeah, don't overlook the, like estate sales and yard sales and, individuals on Craigslist selling reloading equipment. Sometimes you can come into a decent reloading setup for not a lot of money and save yourself a ton of cash to get into it.
Sounds good, man. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, man.
Thank you.
Awesome,
Seriously,
great question.
thank you. Yeah.
We're gonna do a Facebook giveaway. We got a lot of watching. We got people from Canada watching, people from Australia watching. Really cool stuff. So just
hang on, Ebbs. If you're out there on Facebook watching, just let us know where you're from. That's it. Drop it in the
I like
comments.
it. All right, we're gonna do a quick scroll, tap, see who we get.
He literally closed his eyes when he did that.
Thanks. Gotta be fair. Al Kerner.
Yes.
Al Kerner.
So Al comments on the videos all the time. He's always watching. I'm so happy he won something.
Al won a $100 gift card to Reaction Outfitters. So that's pretty freaking rad. Congratulations, Al. All right, we got some more numbers drawn too. Let's read the whole number. I think we're fearing some duplicates, so just real quick, we'll read the whole number. These are concealment carry packs to Black Rhino Concealment. And we have the cards. Ladies will deliver these. And then we also have multi-packs that have AR parts kits in them too as well. So, Sean, go ahead. First number.
241310.
Yeah, there he is in the back.
Nice.
All right, next number.
241355.
Another one right in the back. That's great.
Go ahead, Josh.
2, 4, 1.
He's so creepy.
392. 392.
Also, 241180. 180.
Awesome.
Awesome.
All right, thanks to Black Rhino for those packs. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Let's hit some more questions over here on the side. The gentleman with the very interesting shirt.
It's Blackbeard's flag. But my question for you guys is, fortunately, we've got a Republican-controlled government, but what do you see is the next fight on our hands as gun owners moving forward?
Complacency.
Exactly.
Yes.
What we gun owners tend to do when we get a friendly administration, or think we have one, we don't do anything. We sit back and coast for 4 years. And NRA and a lot of us, I think this coming next 2-4 years are going to be very politically active, and we need to all come together and fight to roll back these draconian gun laws we live under and restore. We all need to go to the halls of Congress and take a dictionary with us and read to them the definition of infringe.
That's right.
Absolutely.
And how do you justify 20,000 gun laws? Right, so let's not worry about what they're going to do to us in the future. Let's worry about what we can undo that's been done in the past.
We have to be on the offensive, and that's where we're at right now.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Nice, good answers. Great question. Thank you for that. Let's swing it back over to the right here. The gentleman with the Patriot Patch Company shirt. Jake, you see this? It's dangerous to go alone. Take this. All right, tell us your name. Speak clearly into the mic.
My name is Nathan, from right here in Atlanta.
Hi, Nathan.
I've given you a TV to blow up, and I'm still waiting for that to happen. All right. My question, though, is to anyone, really. If you could be CEO for the day of any of these big companies down here on the floor, who would you take over? What would you change?
Springfield Armory.
Colt.
Yeah, Colt.
Bring back the pythons and the anacondas, baby.
Yes. No, wait. Hang on. Let's bring back the people that made the good ones.
You got that right.
I'd like to be gassed in Glock for a day, and I'd actually give you the Glock carbine.
I think what I would want to do, if I had the choice, I'd want to find the family who worked their butt off and spent their whole life savings to develop a product. I'd want to be that guy for a day if I could. You know, instead of these big guys, some of these mom and pop companies need the support too. I think that's the where I want to be.
Absolutely. I mean, to be fair, you don't see a big Smith & Wesson banner up here. They didn't support this event. This is grassroots, guys. Look at all these companies, the banners, all the logos, all the products. These aren't the huge companies coming to support. These are the companies that are the next generation and the real gun industry right now.
Absolutely.
Whoever I took over, I'd invest heavily in podcast advertising.
That's why people look up to Sean Heron.
That's right. I'm selfish.
A lot.
Nice, awesome. Thanks for the question. Where'd he go? There he is. All right, thank you for the question. We have 14 of these survival knives from the Iraq Veteran Crew to give away.
13.
These are D2 tool steel, and there's a nice little leather holster to go along with it too. So if if you're really in the mood to go gangster. All right. Tim, start us off.
I got to give away the knife I wish I had. All right, 241307. Outstanding.
Nice.
Good score.
Hey, I know where you can buy one. All right, 241300.
Right there.
Another anyone? Right there.
If anyone cuts themselves, I'm TCCC certified. So
I haven't heard that before, Sean. Thank you.
just let me know. I got you.
241281. Last
Another
three,
one
281
right here.
right there.
Right here.
Sweet.
All right,
Treasure
next
country.
one, 241370. Yeah, 370. Right back here in the back.
The next one is 241246.
Yeah.
Nice.
Right up front.
All right, go ahead, Sean.
241320.
Right there.
You're welcome.
241475.
Where? Hey, there we go.
241190.
There you go.
All right.
241179. Anybody? 179? Back row. All right, gotcha.
90210. Is that right? 241358. Right here in the red shirt.
All right, set it back down to Tim. One more time through on this side.
All right, we have 241335.
All right, we got 241065. All right.
Wow, this left side is cleaning up. Right side, come on, step your game up.
Starting to feel bad.
Last three, 274. All right.
All right.
Yeah, girl. All right, last three, 431. 431. 431.
Shout out to the beautiful women helping us out here.
All right, let's do some more questions. Let's clean up a little bit. Get about 3 of you guys in. Gentlemen here in the front, step up, speak loud in the microphone.
All right, hello everybody. My name's Adam. I'm originally from New Jersey. Just moved to Pennsylvania a couple months ago.
Woo! So
Enjoying the
proud
freedom.
of you.
My question is for Eric and Chad over here. So first off, I really want to thank you guys. You guys got me into firearms. I bought a Mosin Nagant as soon as I turned 18. Had a blue shoulder ever since. But my question to you two are, how many firearms did you fill out 4473 for, and how many times has the ATF gone to your house?
They never come to the house, but they give some funny looks at Moss every now and again. They get a phone call like, yeah, you bought how many handguns today?
I've gotten
What
a
do you
few
mean I
phone
can't buy
calls, but
20?
nothing overly, it was not that big of a deal.
Roughly how many guns do you guys own?
There's the question.
Nope, moving on.
Okay, Mr. ATF agent.
Everyone in here, you know the answer to that question.
Not
Am
enough.
I being detained?
That's like me asking how big your ego is.
Aaron Krieger from We Like Shooting. Step on up and speak loudly, buddy.
Hey guys, thanks. My question is, you guys have made it to the top, okay? You guys are the cream right here. There's a lot of people down here, now that YouTube's taken away all the money, for people who enjoy the sport, and you alluded to it earlier about Full 30, but there are people out there. What are we going to do to give back to those people? How are we going to help lift them up? Are we going to start a program? Can we do grassroots for them? What are we going to do for the people who are still out there who haven't made it yet, who have great content, but they just haven't hit that niche yet? What do you guys think?
Sure. So what I do, for those who follow me on Facebook, I'm sure you guys know, the channels I like, I recommend them. I'll do a live video, tag them in it, just to get my audience exposed to them, because there's people out there doing good stuff. Like, for instance, just one that's like John Lovell.
Oh, yeah.
I've been promoting him pretty heavily. I literally just met John the first time, though, but I watch his stuff, and I'm like, man, this guy says smart stuff all the time. So, just trying to get it out and use the voice that we have to help the folks that we, want to see on this stage next year.
Right.
Go
ahead.
I think that's spot on. Exactly what Mr. Guns and Gear here just said. It's no matter what platform they're on. It doesn't matter if it's monetized or not monetized. I think what's going to end up happening is by doing something the way you want to do, you garner an audience. And by garnering that audience, you're going to get people that are bigger than you that do want to share that spotlight with you. We're not a big channel, in my opinion, by any means, but we have a good audience in several other places. And we were once in that same spot. We were the nobody. No one knew who we were. I mean, in my opinion, no one still knows who we are. But in reality, by making those relationships, the number one thing I tell every company I work with is we win by relationships, not by contact lists. A shout out is only as good as the person who has that relationship with you. And I think everyone on this panel has a pretty good head on their shoulders when it comes to that's someone that we need to be either including in our circle or I want to be in their circle.
Yeah.
And everyone's fairly open about that.
I'll say something real quick. Probably everyone that is sitting on this panel got into doing firearms videos because that's what we wanted to do. We didn't do it for the money. Now, most of us, this is what we do full time now, but I did it for 2 years. I made 200 videos and I never made a dime. I put a lot of money in it with camera gear and time away from my family, editing videos and going places and things of that nature. I never did it for the money. I did it because that's what I wanted to do. That's what I enjoy doing. And if you pour your heart and soul into something, I honestly believe in time it will be successful.
I think, Aaron, we should add to our show, just every week we'll talk about maybe one of the smaller up-and-coming gun channels on YouTube.
Dude, I was thinking about doing the
podcast or
same
something
thing.
like that. So, yeah, we'll add that to our show coming up in the next week. Great idea, man.
Yeah, thanks, man. Good job, guys.
Hey,
Thanks,
good.
Aaron.
I'm not going to lie. When Aaron got up there, I got so nervous.
That's like the most selfless thing I've seen him do.
It was great.
All right.
And now here's Nick.
No, he doesn't get to go yet. Swing it back over here on this side. Speak loud, sir.
Hi, my name is Rowan, and I just want to thank you guys for putting out the content you do. Second of all, Tim, I'm kind of upset at you. I'm going to have to unsubscribe. My wife thinks you're cute. I just found out. So I'm not going to point her out, but yes.
He's going to let me hear that for like the next year every day. He said some woman thinks I'm cute. So
He has to deal with that all the time.
Okay. As John stated in one of his videos, that innovation is key to keep growing. And now that we have a kind of a gun company slump, how is it that smaller companies such as Hudson and Hill and Mac Gun Works coming out with new products, yet the big guys are being complacent? Is it because they don't want to invest in the time and money to come out with something new, or are they just saying, hey, we already sell thousands of firearms each year, we're not going to do anything new? So why are these bigger companies kind of falling behind in innovation, and yet these smaller companies are able to push out newer and newer products that we want?
There's definitely a case of, them kind of resting on their laurels a lot, I think, has a lot to do with it. An old name, an old company that's been around a long time, they have a tendency to just, kind of deal with status quo being this thing that I guess it ends up being. And the sales numbers, sales numbers on a sheet don't mean anything. It's the people that consume the products and what they do with them and the memories they make with these products. And I think a lot of these smaller companies, like you mentioned, Hill and Mac, you mentioned Hudson. I mean, innovation does drive the industry to some degree. And I think people want to associate their hard-earned dollar with someone who is in love with their product, that they are nuts about their product as well. And that is definitely something that the bigger companies are missing out on. Like, I can't tell you how many times I've gone to a trade show like SHOT Show or somewhere like that, or NRA here or whatever, and talked to some engineer at a big company that is just over it. He don't even want to be there. Like, you can tell he don't want to talk about the product. He's just giving you some other spill that, that's some boring spill that he's given 100 times, and he's not in love with his product, and you can tell, and it comes through.
I think some of the bigger companies, and it's not just true in the firearms space, but big companies in general are big ships. They're hard to steer, they're slow to move, and they're always reacting to the innovation that typically comes from smaller companies. Keep in mind, Glock wasn't the Goliath that it is today always. I remember when Glock got started in the 80s and everybody laughed at the thing. It was a joke. And that joke went on to dominate the law enforcement, military, and civilian carry worlds. But then now look at Glock. It's a giant, and it's afraid of change. They haven't innovated anything in 30 years. They've changed nothing except calibers and grip sizes.
They got front slide serrations now, so that's
okay, so they did that. In the right direction. But you look at products like the Smith & Wesson M&P 2.0. It's not a 2.0. That's a 1.1. You know what I mean? They changed the serrations and they recontoured the grip. You know what I mean? It's like, that hurt. I hope that hurt.
Someone's triggered.
Somebody needs a safe space. We have one set up right over here. So I think that, I always look to the smaller companies. That's been true throughout history. They're the ones that are going to innovate. They're the ones that are hungry. They're the ones that are going to come to market and try things like the Hudson 9.
Yep.
And, if it floats, it floats. I mean, the market's cruel, man. Sometimes you hit a home run and many times you don't. You just got to, pick up the pieces and move on.
At the end of the day, though, let's not forget that some of these bigger companies, at one time they were the new hot thing, and then they came out, and then they had to figure out, okay, well, we made this thing, and people loved it, and people bought it. Now, how do we remain relevant? And so they just kind of improve on the thing that they were good at. Obviously, we get a little bit pessimistic at the end of the day, just because we see the same things from these companies for so long, but they're really just trying to stay and do what they're good at. It's the ones that really branch out that kind of make a difference. But then you've got these new companies that come online and they're doing their new thing. And where will Hudson be in 10 years? Will we be looking at the Hudson 17 and being like, God, these guys are so boring now? But I think it's just sometimes companies just stick with what worked for them, and I don't think that's a terrible thing. Research and development is extremely expensive, so at the end of the day, they're just doing what worked for them.
That hasn't worked for Colt so well, though.
I think one of the biggest things is that the small companies are more in tune with the market nowadays because
they're
of
way
social
more
media
nimble
and such. The bigger companies have kind of fallen out, like Eric said, resting on their laurels, old print media, that sort of thing. And I think the newer companies are just fresh. They've got young, fresh people working for them, and they know what the market is now, and they're capitalizing on it. They really are.
Well, I mean, you also have to think of, what are they going to? Are they going to bring another AR-15 to market? No.
Yes.
They have to innovate. These new companies are forced to do that, and doing that is what makes them, get that name. Look at a company that's completely trying to break the mold, like Lehigh Defense. They've come out with these bullets that everybody's like, what in the world is that supposed to do? And now I talk to people at some of the bigger ammo companies, and you know what they're doing? Trying to figure out how they got it to work. This is the way it works. These smaller companies are nimble on purpose. They have to be. It's out of necessity, and that's part of what makes this industry amazing. Is the smaller companies tend to drive the innovation, and I think that's a wonderful thing.
And I think that's kind of more to the point of, as a machine gets bigger, it gains parts. And when you have a new company like a Hudson, for instance, just because we brought it up a million times and it's sitting right in front of me, do I think this is the second coming? Probably not, but this is a damn sweet idea that somebody should have been working on years ago. And when you have a company like Colt, for instance, while we're naming it, Colt is a very large machine that got a little bit too complacent, and when it tried to actually remove parts from that machine and replace them in other places, things started falling apart even worse. Then you take a company like Daniel Defense, just as established as Colt, but they're continuing to do new things. They're like Madonna, they're reinventing themselves. They just released, without the cones, but they're good guys. So, I mean, if you look at, for instance, the new suppressor they came out with, the Wave, a lot of people, there was people when we posted this on 4Guys Guns that didn't even realize that you could 3D print metal.
Oh, yeah. Everybody thought it was
this
plastic.
Is a thing. And in reality, it's a very expensive process. The way in which that suppressor alone is made is extremely, the machine is, I think, like $500K just to get started.
It's slow. It takes 7 days to print one suppressor.
And everyone's like, why are they so expensive? Right. Yeah, these things aren't cheap, but they're continuing to do things. They make fantastic barrels. They're now jumping into the suppressor game. I'm really falling in love with their magazines, but that's the difference between like a Colt and a Daniel Defense.
You like double Ds?
I do like double. Wait. Whoa.
Okay, so that's great answers to those questions. No, really great questions, actually, guys. Way to keep them coming. One more, and then have a quick Facebook one, and I got a mess of stuff to give away, including an integrally suppressed .22 rifle. So, right there in the middle, sir. Yeah, go ahead.
Hi, my name's Nick, and I've noticed over the last year, a lot of the channels seem to have gone from being more scripted and highly edited to kind of a looser feel and a more just one-on-one type thing. I was wondering, was that a conscious decision, or was that something that grew more organically as you started kind of growing and getting in touch with your audience? Obviously, everyone here, you're getting feedback and stuff, so was that a conscious decision or more organic?
I still have no idea what I'm doing.
What's kind of funny is you say scripted a lot. I've had so many people say, oh, I like how well you read your script or things like that. I've never had a script. I can't read a script. We just go out, we take a camera in the woods, and we take some guns. Yeah, I can't read. That's part of the problem. But And we just, Indiana! Third grade education. Me and technology don't get along well either. But, so it's just kind of funny. I don't think, I mean, I've shot with these guys video, and we don't script stuff.
We
just
have
kinda
no
go out.
idea what we do either.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
he's a magician with the camera. But we just, we've always just kind of gone out and.
Well, I've just noticed that it seems like, you know, and you've even said in some of your videos, they're less, you're just kind of, I'm taking you to the range with me today. Here's what happened. If it failed, it failed. If I made a mistake, I made a mistake, you know. Is that kind of due because you're putting out more content, so you spend less time editing, or you spend less time editing, and that allowed you to put out more content?
That's easier to film.
Gotcha.
It really is.
Well, not only that, I'm glad you asked that question because at one point we were definitely in that type of ballpark where like, hey, some of these videos are kind of a little bit more polished and a little bit cleaner and we're doing a little more research. Sometimes people need to see the human experience of playing with guns. So like sometimes, yeah, we'll set up a gun like and do a long range video and like, yeah, we missed like 30 times, but that's what happens like in real life. Like you have to miss a bunch and kind of figure things out. So, you know, we don't edit out misses and we don't do all that kind of stuff because that's what would happen if you're really at the range with us hanging out.
Neither do I. I never
I've actually seen how Dave works here, so don't believe anything he says.
And I would say there's probably a lot of gun companies that wish I would edit out my malfunctions.
I picked up an RP9 today, and yeah, it's not ambidextrous.
All right, the Facebook question is a little more in depth, so I got a bunch of stuff to give away. Blue Alpha Gear has 5 belts. Where's Kurt? Wave. Is he back in the back? Oh, he's back in the back. There he is. And then, additionally, we have a Streamlight TLR1HL, if you enjoy going blind. And a Viper Red Dot from Vortex. Nice. He's donated those out of pocket. Very generous, Kurt. Thank you, buddy. All right, we have some drawn over here. We do the 5 belts down this side.
241-198.
241-198. All right, you're gonna go.
Winner.
If you won your belt, you're gonna go see Kurt right back there. Tell him your size and the color that you won. All right.
Perfect.
Next one.
241360.
Right here.
Head to the
Kurt
back.
over here.
Kurt, hands
See
up.
that tall guy over there? That's who you got to talk to get your proper sizing. He's gonna make you a belt, man. It's gonna be awesome.
Sorry to bother you.
Check his ticket. Check his ticket.
241-144.
Right here? All right.
All right. 241-273.
Mike don't need no free stuff.
What was it? Right there. All right, we got one. All right. 241-189. All right.
Before we go too nuts, I know a lot of you guys kind of laugh a little bit at belts. Belts are really important if you're carrying a firearm. Make sure you get a really good one and not just that $15 Walmart special, because a good belt is important.
Yeah,
Kurt makes some of the best belts. I mean, I've got several of them.
I have one also. They're awesome.
Shout out to their new hybrid belt. It was crowdfunded, and it's one of those things like, why did nobody else do that? It was a great belt. Great belt.
All right, those are the 5 belts.
Innovation.
Next is going to be the Streamlight. Tim, you want to read the number for the Streamlight?
I'd love to. 241083.
Anybody? Allow?
Anybody?
Bueller?
I need to borrow your glasses, man.
Wait.
Sorry.
Apparently, Whitey has the perfect number for the Viper Red Dot.
241-223.
Right there.
Nice. Congrats.
All right. Now, this is pretty freaking fantastic. We've got a Holosun Red Dot to go on top of this. This is a Savage Mark II FVSR, but it's from the guys at Suppressed Weapons Systems, and it has an integrally suppressed barrel. This is an NFA item. This will require you to fill out and file a Form 4 tax stamp, but they do this in-house from the beginning, from the original barrel. And the retail, by the way, if you're like, well, I'll just go buy one, $800
Look at that.
for an NFA item.
Plus the
Fantastic. All right, Eric.
Okay, and whoever wins it, I'm going to cover your tax stamp for you.
Wow. Yeah.
All right. 241161.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, so what you got to do is go back to the back after you look at your rifle and give them your information so we can get that to you properly. You also got a Holosun optic on that too, so thanks to Holosun. They put an optic on every single rifle that we're giving away today, guys.
I'd love to see somebody so excited to get that he almost knocks down the entire row of people on his way out to get it. Congratulations on that, sir. That is fantastic. Okay, this question from Facebook, guys. Speak freely on this panel. Lee DeCray in Colorado says, I want the NRA to reach across the aisle to Democrats with a pro-2A mindset and record. What can be done to promote a change?
Wow.
Can I just real quick, everybody?
Hey, Adam's here.
Yeah. I just want to point out in the back, Maj Tory's here.
Yeah,
Maj.
What's up, Maj?
Maj is a Pennsylvanian, and I think what he's doing is exactly the kind of stuff that needs to be done to answer that question. Maj is going into neighborhoods where guns are not something that are really talked about in a positive manner, and he's giving people the education about what the Second Amendment is about and enabling those individuals to exercise their rights in a very safe and great manner. So I just wanted to point him out, and I think that answers that question.
Let's clap that up.
I just geeked out. Like, I like that guy. I've seen his videos. I'm like, yeah, man. that's the guy.
That's the guy that does that thing.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Nick, would you like to step forward? You've waited patiently.
Yes, sir.
Do you need us to lower the mic anymore? Okay.
So we've had a lot of really good questions, so I thought I'd come up here and ask a terrible question. So for the members of the panel up here, if you were stuck on a desert island,
oh boy,
and you had one choice, you could only eat cake for the rest of your life, just cake. What kind of cake would you select?
Oh, good God.
Can some of our listeners answer this for me? Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right.
Tres leches.
Ebbs is doing stuff, so we're going to go to the center again. Nick, go ahead.
This is actually a question for the audience. Can I see a raise of hands? Who voted for Adam Kraut?
Look at that.
Yes.
Look at that.
That looks like victory.
Yeah, why is
Hey,
there a big
guys,
hole?
if you didn't yet, go vote for Adam.
Who
You
voted
have
for
until
Ted
what-
Nugent?
Adam, what time today?
So there is a board position that is elected at the meeting. There are 8 candidates on the ballot. You can find that upstairs in room B403. It's until 4 o'clock today. There's literature being distributed for different candidates. I suggest you take a look at it and make your own decision as to who to vote for.
Adam is not allowed to say go vote for him, but I can. Go vote for him.
I can too.
Go up to room B403.
Room B403.
It's super, super easy. You
It's
give him
right
the last
by-
name and a zip code.
Right by the NRA store up there. You take the escalators up out of here, right above us. The results of the election of the board that's elected here, the member that's elected here, will be available sometime tonight. And just, I guess, because we didn't mention this, if you're an NRA member prior to March 9 of this year, you can vote. The restrictions are much less stringent than they are during the general election, which is the mail ballot. So you only had to be a member for, I believe it was 50 days prior to this meeting in order to vote. So that opens up the door for a lot more people to go. No comment.
Nice. Drinks on Adam.
All right. Let's get some more questions in. Gentleman in the B hat.
Oh yeah, ballistics. Hi, my name's Chase. I'm from Greenville, South Carolina, and this is for the entire panel. All these people, I know they have their one favorite gun in their collection. What's that gun that makes you smile every time you see it in your vault or in your closet?
I was just thinking, the one that makes me smile, I can't say it's my favorite, is my R51.
Okay.
I still have it. Sorry. That's why I was laughing. It's hard to pick. It's like saying, okay, you have 3 children, which one's your favorite?
Right. Well, Eric can't say that garbage rod that's painted green on his
my
wall.
gears are turning. I don't know, man. That's a really hard question.
It is a hard question. I've been asked it like
I feel
times.
like the world is going to implode on itself, and there's a nuclear disaster
Gotta
going to occur
pick.
just by my thought process right now.
You gotta push the button.
Heck, I don't know.
I'll say
All of them.
1962
All of them.
Colt
I
Woods.
get happy when I see all of them.
That's probably, yeah, I've put a lot of rounds through that thing.
I was fortunate enough to have some very good friends of mine build me an AK. They are wow.
Spit it
They're so
out.
good. They're so good. I blanked out on their name.
It's
a
Mod
Mod
Outfitters.
Outfitters AK. It was built by friends of mine over at Dead Air Silencers, and they built it for me. So that's probably the one gun that I look at, and it's got some special meaning to me.
Okay.
I always get a chuckle when I see a 10mm high point when I open it.
Oh my God, that thing's amazing.
Don't forget the 10mm carbine too.
Oh yeah.
It's a lot of fun. I don't know. My favorite guns are probably my 22s, the guns I shoot the most. I mean, the little CMMG we just melted down. I put it in the ultrasonic and put it back together. It's just fine. But my little 2-inch that I've got, the little like Assassin's movie
yeah.
gun, I mean, that one always gives me a chuckle. And I mean, I don't know. It's tough. I mean, you can't really say like what's your favorite. I mean, you have a lot of different favorites. Your favorite pistol, your favorite rimfire, your favorite milsurp, your favorite modern gun. I mean, whatever. It's tough.
Spoken like a true gun nut.
I like
I'll be a little
oh,
generic.
it'll be fine. It's just fine.
AR-15 lower, built a nice lower. I like everything on it. I SBR'd it, and it is so. I mean, I could put anything on top of that thing: a shorty, suppressed 300 blackout, 458 SOCOM, 223, 22 longer. I mean, 15 different calibers. So that gun, that lower, that's the firearm. That's got to be it because it's just so universal.
Mine is my competition stuff, which is a Mosin Nagant and a 45 high point.
Hoarded.
With a ridiculous red dot optic on the top.
You got an M44 there, the flamethrower?
No, not yet.
No, not yet. You can just cut the barrel down.
Yeah, that's for 4-gun.
That's for 4-gun.
I've been very lucky. I've been spoiled by a lot of really great companies by making these relationships. I think the two, I can't pick one because there's two that I go to every time. One is actually an old war sport, GPRE, back when it was actually owned by good people and stuff and built by hand. That is a rock solid rifle that I have yet to destroy. The other would be the Falcor Caitlin. I don't know if anybody's seen the weekly drill down, but the Falcor Caitlin is by far, like, my wife loves it. I love it. Works every damn time. And it's really light and really fast and fun to shoot. So, I mean, those are the two that I would have to say are the best. I shoot the best, and I rely on the most.
All right. My favorite is it's actually never even been on the channel. I don't even think I posted a picture of it ever, and I need to now. I'm kicking myself in the butt. Is I have a Krebs Custom AK-105 custom build. I picked every part out of there. I waited 2.5 years for that thing, and it's sweet. It's obviously an SBR. It's definitely my favorite gun. And then the one that makes me smile is my Barrett 107A1 because it's absurd. I smile.
I love you.
I smile because I open my safe and there's like I have to take it out in pieces because it doesn't fit. It's so big, and it's entertaining. And then like you let anyone shoot it, the thing's a smile machine. It's not even a rifle. Like it's fun when it works. It doesn't work.
All right, I expect you to come down. We do a dueling Barrett's video.
Yes, we do.
Yes. So do I have to pick one? Is that the rule?
Yes.
Project Atrocious.
Hey, this is your show, dude.
Yeah. So I'm not going to pick one. So I've got a 500 lever action. That's incredible. It's a one-off. It was the first one that company, Bighorn Armory, ever did. I have a 4-inch 5.56 that is like the internet's favorite gun because it looks like a Crayola box threw up on it. It is the worst thing ever. It is awful. It's such a stupid gun. And then
You can shoulder it now.
This is kind of what's that?
You can shoulder it now.
Oh, I can shoulder it.
Yeah.
Amazing. Also, the guy standing there with the microphone in the center, kind of helping me out big time. He put together a rifle for me. We call it the Fire Hammer in 500 Magnum. It's a little TC. We're actually going to give away one today in 460 Magnum. That's one of my favorite guns because one of my closest friends put it together for me, and it's incredible. It's custom dipped. I got the 50 cal suppressor on it and all that kind of stuff. That's what matters to me. The guns that really I have a connection with, or friends, or had a special story. That's the stuff that really, really matters to me.
Hey, on the gun that Ebbs built, how do you get the hair product off of it? Is it like Cosmoline or?
Sorry, wait, I have one more. Does anyone in here have an NAA mini revolver?
I do.
Oh.
I do.
So a lot of people think these are like jokes or novelties, and they are novel, but they're really nicely made guns. And can I just show you mine
go ahead.
real quick?
Please, this is amazing.
Check this out.
So that's a real 22 long rifle, single action revolver, and it fits in my hat. This was custom made, Nathan's Hats outside of Austin, Texas. I mean,
Jeremy, I don't know how you started with TTAG, but I feel like if there was an interview process, they're like, why are you qualified to do this? And you could just tip your hat. And I feel like the fact that you just did that balanced out how frustrated I am with John of posting pictures of his Crayola gun and that we've never seen Mike's Krebs. Like, I have a real problem with that. We have a watcher from Russia, Valery Konovalov. Thank you for watching, friends.
doesn't make you smile.
So that's pretty cool. Where were we over? I got lost. We were over here. Let's go to the middle because you're dressed smartly, sir.
So I've got a question for...
Step up a little closer to the mic.
That better for you?
Much.
I've got a question for Adam. You know, everyone here on the panel has been really supportive of you in, you know, running for the NRA board. Do you really think that's made like a big difference? Has NRA taken notice, and what do you think is going to be the long-term outcome from, you know, your running?
Well, the support of the people. First of all, thank you all. It really thank everybody. But the thing that really struck me about the entire process was just how friends I had for years came out. They've done so much stuff to help me. Friends I didn't have, I now call friends. As far as the NRA is not concerned with the process as far as the actual election cycle. That is what it is. It's based on the bylaws and stuff. But from my perspective anyway, the amount of support I've got from folks like yourself, folks that are watching online, folks that are wandering around these halls, that are in their homes, and my friends has been truly overwhelming. It's really been a very humbling experience. I don't think I'm anybody special, and I say this all the time, especially in regards to the legal brief. Like, I'm just a guy, right? People come up to me, oh, you're Adam Kraut. Yeah? I sit on a stool, I swing my feet like a little kid, I drink my coffee black. I'm just like everyone else in this room, right? So it's been a very humbling experience. And as far as the NRA is a machine, it's going to do what it's going to do as far as an election cycle. That's not going to change. Thank you.
Awesome question. Good answer, Adam. Thank you, guys. We got to rock and roll with some more giveaway stuff. Quick announcement from Jason Goetz at Stealth Gear USA. We already gave away their holster, but he just sent us a message and want to let you guys know you could stop by the Stealth Gear booth. He has a gift for everyone. Kind of cryptic. We don't know what it is. But then also you can mention you're at the TGC panel and get 20% off of any of their products too, which is super generous. We have
we literally just found that out while we're sitting up here.
Yeah, we have 4 crates, a Binary X explosive from USA Chemical Supply to give away.
Step forward. John, come out.
This is our guy, John Howard. Wave over here, John. He's helping with the giveaways. He's our resident chemist. We like to call him Explodey, but these are 10-pound packs, so if you need to move a shed or something like that. And then in addition to that, we have a box of 223 ammo from Lehigh Defense that's going to be fast enough to light that up for you real good. So we have tickets over here drawn, guys. All right, Sean, go ahead and start.
241019.
Got it in the back. All right.
241284.
There, hand up.
284? All
right. Guys, we're going to need you to put the hand up with authority, okay?
Yeah, some people are excited, some people are like, okay.
241453. Hey, there we go.
241225. 225. Anybody? All right, in the back. Cool. I think that's it, right? That's 4. All right. Of course.
Yeah, just make sure you throw them down the escalator as you're leaving.
Adam, do you want to say something about that?
About what?
No.
I didn't even hear
They're
the
joking
question.
about airplanes and binary.
United Airlines will take good care of you.
Fight or flight, their decision.
Fight or flight.
Okay, is that it for the explosives? The TSA loves that stuff, so carry it on, okay? It's gonna be great. Let's get one question real quick. We're sorting out some stuff. One question over here, gentleman who's been waiting forever.
My name is Ralph, greeting from the People's Republic of New York, where there are a lot of good people fighting behind enemy lines. I just wanted to mention, I cut the cable in 2008 because I didn't want to rot my brain anymore, and one day I found this video of some guy from Georgia showing how to remove cosmoline from a Mosin stock. And from there, believe it or not, I'm subscribed to every one of you and probably another 100 gun channels, big and small. So, Chad and Eric, it's all your fault I'm here. But the question I have is, we're going to hit Adam again. I hold 4 concealed carry licenses, and I'm still only legal in 37 states. What's the status of legislation? And I have a particular question because my primary residence is New York. How is that going to affect New York City?
Well,
How much money does Bloomberg have?
again,
New York City.
this is just proposed legislation. The current status of the national carry reciprocity, and correct me if I'm wrong, somebody in the room, because I honestly haven't been paying attention recently. I don't believe it's made it out to the floor for a vote yet. Same as it, so it's still in committee. Means the language could be changed. But the way the bills are drafted currently, it would either be that you need a valid, in the simplest terms, a valid permit from your state, or your state has to have constitutional carry for your ability to carry to be recognized in another state. So if you lived in a city like New York, you'd probably still have an issue being able to carry a firearm somewhere. So leave New York City. And that's coming from somebody who, by the way, I went to undergrad at SUNY Binghamton. Upstate New York's gorgeous, and there are a lot of guys like you that are in New York that are holding the line and trying to reverse stuff up there. So kudos to you guys.
Also, that guy was really entertaining. Can we give him Eb's job?
It's 2 strikes, Aaron. All right, we have a massive giveaway. Oh, you need the mic. Okay.
I'm going to do this one. This is a fun one. So we've got my buddy Thomas here from Daniel Defense. Say hi. Wave. Yeah. So I don't know if you guys know this, but they've been giving away a couple rifles. So if you've been by their booth and you're wearing one of their buttons right now, stand up. Okay. These people, this is a little bit of a secret thing. All of you are eligible to win the DDM4 V7. Let's go ahead. You want to scan and kind of point somebody out here? Oh, look at all these people. Wait for it. Gray shirt on the right. There you go. This young man just won a DDM4 V7. Thank you so much. You need to talk to Thomas right here. Thomas, thank you, brother.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, man. DD has done a lot to support us, so we really, really appreciate them.
We went to the NRA show, to the TGC panel, and they gave away a DDM4. That's awesome.
And all I got was this sticker.
Didn't think of anything else. Thanks for saving me there. Appreciate that. Let's go over here to the gentleman on the side. Next question, step up and speak clearly.
Hi, my name's Johnny.
Hi, Johnny.
Thank you. I'm an alcoholic. No, I'm just kidding. So my question is actually for the audience, and we talk about rolling back a lot of legislation and introducing the HPA and all these other things that we're working on, but how many of us actually call our representatives? We do a lot of, good to see that. We do a lot of emailing and filling out online forms and making memes and sharing memes online and all that.
Wait, memes don't count?
Memes do not count.
I hope so, because that's where I've been putting all my skills.
But very few of us actually pick up the phone and call and call and call. So I wanted to see who in the audience can show that they have both their state and federal representative and senator saved in their phones right now.
Not saved.
Stand up if you do. Please stand up if you do.
Adam Kraut, you don't count.
No, I didn't. I don't have mine saved. I do look them up every time.
You, and you. No, you're.
You're
Whoever's
cool,
standing
I'm out.
up. I got a Magpul. I got a PMag for you.
Wow.
Nice. Awesome.
Look at that. See, that's what it's all about. This community is amazing.
All right, a few more items to give away. Kraut, you're going to be reading this one. We have 5,000 rounds of 22 ammo from Gemtech. All subsonic. This is quality stuff. And
5,000
5,000 rounds. This goes to one person. We're not giving away 10 boxes. 5,000 rounds to one
your
person,
check
all right?
luggage.
Hold on to your butts.
What flavor is this gum?
I just want everybody to know we're pulling it off so Dave here doesn't walk out with it later.
Is he allowed?
So
It's not in a blue box.
No, I'm not allowed to say it.
The winning number here is 241 227. Look at that!
5,000 rounds.
I'd be the same way. Yeah.
5,000 rounds. Howard's collecting it off the tables.
Shout out to Gemtech for that. That's incredible.
This is from Freedom Munitions. Their new Big Grains, Big Bore ammo. We have, is it 200 rounds?
I think it's 400. I don't remember. It's 458 SOCOM.
There are hundreds of rounds.
Where's Jeremy?
From
380
Freedom,
rounds.
458 SOCOM. Good stuff. I don't know if anybody shoots Big Bore. It's not cheap, right? So Howard here, take this one from me too. And Dave, you can go ahead and read that number off.
All right. It is 241417. Yes, sir.
417. Some 458 SOCOM ammo. Freedom Munitions.
I'm going to go ahead and call Freedom out. I put a request in for 458
don't-
SOCOM. Like
If you don't have a rifle, you'll have to build one
I
now.
don't have it.
All right, we have a
That was your prize. Mike.
AR-15 Armor's kit from Brownells.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. Thank you, guys. Chad, you got a ticket you can read?
241090.
090.
Someone's going to be building some ARs.
All right.
Come on.
So listen, this is all the small parts. This is the stuff you lose. And now you have a bunch of it.
Or is the stuff you start with.
So that's a lot of new rifles, is all I heard.
You now have to build 8 rifles out of that box.
It's
Have
just
to.
an excuse.
Have to. All right, we got a question.
This is a gateway drug.
Let's get a question here in the middle from Mr. Heckler.
My name is Alan. I'm actually from McDonough, Georgia. My question is actually for all of
McDonough.
you gentlemen right here. I've noticed on prior videos, y'all have gotten us, the fans, involved, giving us range days and something like that. And with the demonetization of YouTube, obviously you're going to Patreon and using Patreon to generate support for your channels. Would you ever consider maybe raffling off a chance to spend a day with y'all at the range, or maybe go on another hunt to, Texas nilgai or anything of that nature?
Absolutely, it's already planned.
Yeah.
I'm literally working on it as we speak.
And same here, if you join the Patreon page, there are giveaways where you will actually come hang out with us at Copper Custom, hang out at the store, go shoot video, pick the guns you want to shoot, we'll go out and make a video, all that good stuff. So we plan on doing that several times a year.
Yeah, and guys, like when you go into Copper Custom, I mean, Tim's in there working. You know what I mean? Like he's like, oh hey, he's just a normal guy. So that kind of stuff is fantastic, and I know each and every one of us, whenever we run into people, we want to do that. Like,
See, I know, a lot of these gentlemen, like the gentleman from New York, I mean, he's not going to have the luxury like we do down here in Georgia to, step out on the back porch and be able to shoot a whitetail.
I can't do that either in Pennsylvania.
I can.
That's because he can't shoot.
So we've got we've got a new Patreon level where if you see us, you're allowed to buy us a beer.
You're allowed.
It's only $25 an episode.
All right, thank you for the question. Swing over here to the side, sir.
How's it going? My name's Armand from St. Louis, Missouri, and I have a question for basically all the guys on the panel. What is it, are you ever afraid of like saying the wrong thing about the wrong company and having backlash from it? Like, oh, I'm not gonna let you review my next gun.
This is a Tim question.
I love this.
I swear there's probably at least 10 major gun manufacturers that have a hit out on me at any given time.
So I think integrity is really important, and if it's one thing that I can say that we've built our channel around is integrity and treating you guys like family. I mean, if my neighbor asked me what I thought about a gun and I lied to him, do you think that that person would like me anymore? So I think honesty is just an important part of that. I mean, we have to say what we have to say regardless if it's good or bad. You know, you have the good, the bad, and the ugly and everything, but I think just being honest with each other is the most important policy for people to have.
You know what, and typically if we point out flaws in something that we see as flaws, of course it's just one opinion, but there are gun manufacturers out there that are very mature about that. Kel-Tec is a prime example. I probably did the most scathing video about the Kel-Tec KSG, but yet they reached out to me, and I consider Chad at Kel-Tec a friend now. They brought me down, they showed me their ISO 9001 compliance, showed me how they had changed, and I posted about it and stuff. So I mean, you know, if we do point out something that we don't necessarily like, you know, the gun companies, a good number of them, will actually contact us and help work through those issues, and they listen to what we have to say and what the consumers have to say. So it's not that they really all get mad. I kind of joke about that, but really it's constructive criticism.
It also speaks volumes for the voice that we collectively have, because you have to think channels like, you know, Military Arms Channel and then us, you know, we are kind of your voice. So like we take feedback from you guys and we give you guys what you want. And yeah, it's kind of a collective voice that kind of rings through us as kind of that conduit, if that makes sense. So they listen, believe me, because they know you guys are watching, and we represent you guys. I mean, we are you guys. So.
Very cool.
And I just want to add something. There are probably 100 different holster companies that hate me. Absolutely hate me.
It's like a BuzzFeed headline.
Yeah.
The seventh one will shock you.
Well, I mean, if
This
you put
guy
a
has
hair
one
tie
trick.
There's a hair tie and a piece of plastic that you shove in the bore.
Yeah.
That's not a good idea.
Yeah.
That guy should slap his own face.
And the truth about
I do actually use the rubber
guns.com,
band holster.
It's in our name, the truth, right? So we have burned bridges with major manufacturers by being honest, and we're always diplomatic about it. I want our gun reviews to be, if you go buy a gun, I want you to have the same experience that you saw in a review, the good, the bad, everything, no surprises. And that doesn't always go over very well. And we break news about companies too. We had an article last night that was a big deal. Am I going to get their new gun to review? I hope so, because we'll give it an honest review, but maybe not. I mean, maybe we won't get it.
We've always wanted a nemesis anyway, so I would love it if a company hated us.
You can take some of ours.
Yeah.
And I think that for most of us here, at least for myself at this point, you know, I am just like you guys. Like when a new gun comes out, I look at it like, is it interesting to me? And, you know, do I want to check it out? So I, generally speaking, don't accept things in or take things in or go buy things that I think are going to suck, right? So, I mean, for real, like, I mean, that makes sense, right? Like you guys don't do that either. So every now and then there is, and yeah, like Tim said, yeah, I've gotten many a phone call from a company and be like, why'd you show that? And I'm like, I'm going to keep showing it. It's just the way it is, you know? And some companies are really good about it. Like, for instance, Vaxxon, I don't know if they're still here. We did that meltdown video recently. And, you know, you guys who watched it, it had some issues. And they're looking at it now to see how they can make it better. And that's what I want to see anyway. And this is the kind of companies I like working with.
And that's part of the relationships. You know, we all want to work with these companies to make the products better. You know, nobody wins if we lie. Nobody wins if we're full of it, right?
Right.
You know, we want to work together so that not only do the company get more information, you know, they get to learn about what may happen in the field, but more importantly, the consumers get a better end product. You know, that's really what the end result of that is.
Absolutely. Look what Tim did with Remington with their R51. Seriously.
Did they fix that?
Tim is what did that. They tried to. But, I mean, really, in the whole industry, he's the one who did it, you know.
And we're cool with Remington now. We, you know, great relationship. At the time when the R51 came out, it was a struggle, but the product is better for it. It's hard when it's a small company, when it's a guy and it's his new product and he mortgages home or something and he's, you know, review this, get it out there, and I'm like, yeah, you know, it has some problems, but in the end, we all get a better product.
That is tough.
Yeah.
You know, guy pours, like Eric was talking about earlier, there's guys out there that literally pour their entire lives into a product, and sometimes it's just not good enough, and that is a really tough thing.
Have you saw the full conceal at SHOT Show?
No.
It's a little iffy.
What is that?
Look at full conceal.
Okay.
All right, let's give away a couple more items. Not a couple, a lot. We still have many guns to give away, a whole bunch of stuff. So
Yeah, let's crank that up.
these just got run up to the floor from us. These are NM Neo Mags. They're the magnetic magazine pocket clip holster. So Eric, you want to? Were you next up in the row over there? You got a ticket you can shout out?
Sure. Are we? Okay. 241455.
241455, right there in the back.
All right.
All right, Tim.
All right. 241181.
241181. 241181.
241181.
They must be voting for Adam.
Yeah, they're out voting for you, Adam.
Has to be. All right, Sean, you want to do a follow-up?
Yep, 241084.
241084.
Really? Come on.
All right, Jeremy, hit it.
241017.
There we go.
There we go. A sharply dressed man.
Johnny's sport coat.
Did we find him?
Yeah.
Mag? Okay. No. Oh, he just won
There you go.
a Kinetic Development Group apparition bag and a 30 mil mount. Psych!
Hey, we got it.
That's Mo better. This from Facebook. John Whiteley. Wish I could have made it, guys. Keep killing it! Exclamation point. John, we wish you were here too. You're going to get a $100 gift card to Reaction Outfitters.com. Can I give those away still? Okay, good. I'll buy it if I can't. And then special request, Whitey, maybe interest to you. Rick Mars says, can we see a weekly drill down with this whole crew?
Oh my lord.
Just the easy answer is no.
That's crazy.
Not possible. So.
It is possible. It's just, that's an all-day
It would take 3 days to film because we wouldn't stop messing with each other.
And then 4 months to edit.
Why couldn't you hit the target?
All right, right over here in the middle.
All right.
Captain America, please.
Hey guys, how are y'all?
Well, hi, I'm good.
My name is Chad McKee, and I live in Augusta, Georgia, and I gave up a career in IT to become a high school teacher and football coach because I felt like that generation was what's going to preserve our freedoms.
That's right.
So I now teach American government and coach football at an inner city high school in Augusta.
That's awesome.
And I was. And I was going to ask, would any of y'all ever be interested in maybe doing a presentation to high school students about what the Second Amendment means to you and how their idea, your ideas of preserving it, will benefit them in the long run?
Yeah, we can do it for sure.
Yeah.
We're local. We'll do it.
That's awesome.
We're actually not allowed within 500 feet of a school, so.
That's fantastic. Thanks, guys.
All right, awesome. Good question. You've been waiting so patiently. The future of the NRA, future gun owner. Can you step forward and give us your question in the microphone? Don't forget your name. We want to know your name.
My name is Alex, and I have a question about the laws in the country. Why can't the laws be, why are the laws different in every state?
That's right.
Fortunately, we have an attorney on the panel.
That's a good question. So we have 50 states in the country, right? And then we have a federal government. So the way our system of government is set up, states have their own same governments. They have a governor, which is like our president. They have the legislature, so they have a Senate and a House, and then they also have the judiciary, so they also have their own Supreme Court. The state makes laws that control within their borders, and then the federal government makes laws that control overall over the country. I'm trying to think of the easiest way to describe it to you. So each state's its own sovereign entity to some degree, but it's part of a collective group, which is what the federal government is. So in order to be represented there, they send people, their representatives or senators, to do that for the people of the state at the federal level so that their interests are heard nationally as well. Does that, or is that too?
Yeah, way to complicate it.
Yeah.
Now, can you explain how a bill becomes a law?
There's a great series, Schoolhouse Rock. I envy the writers of Schoolhouse Rock. If I could make something that much fun for people to watch, I would totally do it. But if you go home, I would tell you to go take a look at Schoolhouse Rock, and it'll give you a very easy understanding of a lot of that stuff. It is on YouTube.
Real quick, do you have mom and dad?
Yes, sir.
Okay, who's in charge?
My dad.
So hold on. So what you have, son, is state level. Who dad listens to is national level, and that would be mom.
That's excellent.
Whitey for Four Guys Guns, everybody. All right, right over here on the side. Sir, can you step up, tell us your name and your question?
Yes, sir. David Watkins, Wilmington, North Carolina. Met some of you guys last year. Love all you guys' content. Couple quick questions. First one, looking for a new concealed carry gun. Who would y'all recommend? Who would y'all go with? I've always been a big Ruger guy, but I'm looking for something different. Second quick question, build my son his first AR. Who would y'all recommend? Or which way to start? We've gone with a lot of stuff Chad and Eric has mentioned already before, but some extra advice also, guys, would be great.
There's a lot of answers for both of those questions.
Yeah. So for the sake of time, let's take a volunteer at each table for the pistol and for the rifle.
I think a lot of people in this room will flat out say like Glock 19. But you said something specific, and that was something different. I would actually recommend the pistol you are most proficient with, and not just in accuracy, but in actual manipulation, reloading, and handling yourself, because you're gonna have to. That's key. It can't just be like I can cram this Hudson down my pants and be like, woo, newfangled, I got the new hottest. If I can load that pistol faster, if I can clear malfunctions faster, if I can hit what I'm aiming at faster, that is the pistol for me. And that's what's going to boil down to proficiency overall. That's going to dictate. If it's a 22 LR, it's a 22 LR. And I guarantee you put enough 22 LR into something, it's going to go down. But in reality, I'd say Glock 19.
All
right. Okay.
It should fit in your hat.
Exactly.
All right, let's get somebody from the other table.
Yep, next table. Anybody want to volunteer for the pistol? Yep, as I said.
So with the ARs, I'm kind of the AR guy. He likes AKs. Yeah, he likes AKs. He likes a little bit of everything. But, I mean, really, what do you want? You want a standard Car 15 type gun, or do you want something cool and customized, What's in your budget? Pick out your parts and put it together. I mean, one of the heart of the rifle is the barrel in the big scheme of things. So I'd go with something like higher quality. Like, we've been big on BCM. We've been buying from BCM for a long time. Both Eric and myself. Tim's a big fan of them. I start with BCM barrel and just work my way back. Guys like components, if you can afford them. I mean, they're excellent. Whatever you want to top it off with, or start with something basic and then just move on up the line. I mean, it's literally the adult Legos, as we've said in the past. You can start from the base up and just start cutting stuff away and hacking it up and start adding stuff to it. And I mean, by the time you know it, you got a lot of money in a gun. But it's yours, it's personalized.
And you can build it a piece at a time. Throw a little bit of money at an AR, a little bit at a time, and just kind of build it slowly over time. That's kind of the the nice thing about it.
Since it's his first one, I recommend a 50 BMG.
All right, you've been waiting so patiently, sir. What's your question?
Yes, my name is Gene Smith. We've discussed about the little insert that goes in that's considered a baffle, but what about an over-the-suppressor device that would help mitigate that first round? Before I try or somebody else tries, would that be legal?
Like a wipe?
Kind of like the wipe, but more along going on the outside.
Like a rubber glove or something?
Kind of like, yeah. Like an
oven mitt?
I mean,
nice, Adam.
The ATF is a funny thing.
You could always shoot from like put your suppressor inside of like a 2-liter bottle or something like that, and shoot it off. I don't know if they would like that very much.
Yeah,
No, but I mean, like really mitigate first round pop. Best thing is water inside the suppressor. If you're talking like a 9mm or 45 can, or say a 22 can that's got a little bit of first round pop to it, especially like MANTICOREs, most of them. A little bit of water or like line pulling gel, some sort of ablative material works excellent for that, and it quiets the
Ultrasound
suppressor
gel
down
is
quite a
awesome.
bit.
It's clean. Just I do use like wire pulling gel and stuff. Just keep in mind it makes it messy, and most center fire suppressors don't need to be regularly cleaned. Matter of fact, I don't clean mine at all. And if they get dirty, they don't get louder. So 22 suppressors, it's nice to take them apart. Rifle suppressors, I don't really mess with them. But don't put any type of bladed material into a rifle suppressor. Do it to a handgun suppressor, but keep in mind it's going to get messy. But wire pulling gel works really, really well.
By messy, he means disgustingly filthy all over
like
your
it sprays
face.
you with
Yeah, it
black
sprays you.
carbon-coated gel every time you
like
pull the trigger. I have videos
it'll literally
showing it.
come
It's-
all
it's-
over your face.
But the nice thing about
That I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
somebody had to do that. We have children present.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
I
There's
thought I was
children in
here
the
for the
room. They
crude
don't
jokes.
understand.
But putting water in there, keep in mind water can be potentially corrosive. And wire pulling gel has a benefit of staying there. It won't evaporate. It doesn't roll out. Like if you lay the weapon on its side or whatever for an extended period of time, wire pulling gel is going to stay there. Water,
Tim,
not so much.
have you used ultrasound gel?
Have I used what?
Ultrasound gel, like what they put on you for doing a heart echo or whatever. You can get it on Amazon. It's clean. It wipes off clean. It works like wire pulling gel. It's water-based. It comes out of your suppressor clean. It's good stuff for,
Haven't tried it.
ablative.
Oh
Yeah,
God,
well,
can we
how
not?
do you
Oh
know
God, it's getting worse. I'm so sorry.
This conversation
They
is
need the
going
bigger
way
suppressor.
down the wrong road.
Yeah, let's
It was a total mistake. I'm
All right, thank you.
Such an idiot.
We have one more question standing waiting, so let's do that, and we're going to give away a whole bunch of stuff. So go ahead and give us your question.
Hey, it's Johnny again. Nothing to give away this time.
Hi, Johnny again.
I appreciate that. So when I first got into guns and looked into things like customization, I saw skulls everywhere. Skulls. And I never understood exactly why people who would consider themselves responsible gun owners would, I guess, relate themselves to skulls. So I wanted to know from each one of you, what parts of gun culture do you not understand or do not like or just, plain don't get?
I don't know if that's a gun thing. I mean, skulls are cool. We see them on motorcycles and T-shirts and all sorts of stuff. I never had a firearms association with that, even when I see it on a gun or a logo or something like that. That's just me.
You know, I don't think that there's one thing that I don't like. I personally, I think I'm the weirdest one up here when it comes to my gun collection. You know, it's all about just finding something different and kind of understanding that everybody has their own way. You know, there might be a guy out there that loves skulls and Punisher logos and all that kind of stuff all over their guns. I'm not that guy, but, you know, if that guy's out there shooting and supporting the Second Amendment, then I'm into it, man. Cool. Do you?
I don't knock anybody else for having
Well,
it.
the skull will have different meaning for different people.
Sure,
I mean,
exactly.
depending on who you are. I mean, to me, when I see a skull on a piece of apparel or something, it reminds me of my own mortality and how to not become a skull.
One thing you said, what don't you like about gun culture? One thing I don't like or understand, I guess either way, I understand it, but I don't like it, is the ego that comes along with it. People, you know, I think it detracts from a lot of new people getting into the community because everyone pretends like guns are some special thing, right? So like, if people were interested in how to fix like a small engine, people who do that aren't like, you'll never figure this out. Like, you know, they show you how
I'll
to do
fix it for you.
Right, yeah, that doesn't happen, but for some reason with guns that happens all too often, and it's a turnoff from people who didn't grow up around guns. Like, I didn't grow up around guns at all.
Yeah, that happens to women a ton,
right,
too.
And so it's a barrier to entry into our community. It's just the ego that so many people put out, so that I definitely don't like that at all, and I try to almost never portray that in my channel and try to make everything really welcoming. Like, for instance, 7 of my top 10 videos in terms of views are how to clean and lubricate videos, right? Those videos take me 20 minutes to make. I'm literally about to clean a gun anyway, and I just hit record. And those are 7 of my top 10 videos, and that's because people want that absolute basic intro knowledge that they don't have, and they're afraid to go ask people about it. And in my opinion, that's largely because of egos.
That's a great comment, man. Yeah.
Nice. Good question. Interesting question.
I'm glad we brought him.
I see Tim standing here, and I just can't ignore you, sir. So go ahead and say hi and give us your question.
Well, my name's Tim Knight, and I work for most of you here in the room on the board of directors. But actually,
Yeah. Thank you, Tim.
Yeah. What I actually wanted to say was to you guys and to the rest of the room, if you really like this panel and you want to see this again, this is the first year it's been here, make sure and let the NRA know, let your friends know, because this has been awesome. It's been great feedback. I know a lot of people wanted to come, so I'm talking to you guys too. Let's make sure that you...
Where do we submit that feedback, sir?
Well, I'm standing right here. So...
Hey, Tim, this is awesome.
So I'm the feedback. So let me hear from you. If you see other board members, if you do, tell them about this. Tell the NRA that you like this. You guys, the feedback from the officials, and you as members, make sure and tell other people about this, because this is how this got started and how these things continue. So not really a question, but more of a keep in it, because this is awesome, and I love it.
Thank you, Tim.
Thanks, Tim. Appreciate that, buddy. All right. We have a bunch of ammo from Lehigh Defense, 223, really fast and explodey type stuff. Who's our, Sean, why don't you start us on this side going that way?
241070.
241070.
Does anyone else think that my voice sounds really sexy on this?
No.
Nope.
Stop it. Hey, what did you have for lunch yesterday? Was that a smoothie?
How you doing?
Nobody?
Nobody. Move on.
Next number.
241182.
182.
All right, over there.
Yeah. Give that man some freedom.
Now we got some 9mm plus P from Lehigh Defense.
Any particular head on that? Which one, the plus P?
I don't know.
Because the control, whatever.
Yeah,
362. 241362.
Nice. Yeah, right
Boom,
in front.
right in front. Easy shipping and handling.
Nice, thank you. We have, we have an air gun from Air Gun Depot. This is a Condor SS. Is that the right one
Is
over
Cameron
there?
still here? Yeah, Cameron,
Where's
right
Cameron?
over there.
Where you at?
Air Gun Depot.
Yeah, there he is.
One of my favorite people in the industry right there.
These things, if you're an adult and you're like, I gave up air guns when I was a kid, you need to cool your jets, because these things are fantastic. So, Michael, you got that number, buddy?
Absolutely. 241472. Nice.
Yeah. All right. You get to take that home with you today. Now, you guys might have seen this really cool display up here from Patriot Patch Company. We have a mess of patches to give
That's
away.
not all of them on there.
It's not
They
all
can
of them. There's
fit.
more, but this is what would fit. You can cram them on there to make it less pretty. But Jake Challen, Firearms Radio Network,
Where's
Patriot
Jake?
Patch Company. Jake, where you at, buddy? Jake's been working his tail off for us today. Is he not here?
I don't know. He's super, super happy. He's been helping us out behind the scenes for this.
He's a rosy cheeked teddy
Wherever
bear. Is
he
what
is.
he is. So
He did.
John, you got it?
Yep. 241323. All right.
We'll leave it up here. You come get it when we're done, okay? You gonna take?
So
okay.
quite literally,
Thanks,
that
Will.
is like 75 patches plus the board. It's like $1,100 worth of patches. Nice. It's insane.
All right. More questions. Marvin the Martian.
Jim, we like this format. Please bring it back next year.
There you go.
We got one.
And
Hey,
I've
listen.
got a two-part
Go ahead.
question.
I'm sorry.
I have a two-part question for the panel. What can we as citizens and what can we as a community do to push back against Mayor Doomberg and his merry band of paid-for harlots?
We just have to be consistently vocal. You know, the thing that matters the most is the consistency in that. We have to speak up, and we have to do it the same way every time. This is freedom, and we will not be pushed around. It's that simple.
The reality is, guys, there's always going to be people like Bloomberg that want to strip us of our rights. Our best defense is a strong offense, I think, right now. And the best way to do that is to support the NRA, get other people active. When you see somebody on YouTube talking about, hey, this bill's before Congress, spread that video, share it, talk to your friends, go to the gun store, talk to people. That's how we organize. When we had Sandy Hook and we had those awful pieces of legislation that were pending that would take away pretty much everything that loaded itself, what did we do? We all showed up at our state capitol buildings and we protest. I was at Indiana and there were thousands of us there. We make our voices heard, but there has to be organization and unity, and there has to be will and motivation to actually do something and not sit back on your hands. Just like the gentleman over there said, call your representatives. Don't just send an email. Call them, blow up their phones. It drives them nuts. They have to answer those phone calls. Just be persistent and be active.
I think the thing that really works well for this community is the fact that we have a rallying cry, being, you know, Second Amendment or my rifle or my pistol. And the reason why we're more successful than, you know, maybe some little leaning left is that it's very easy to get divergent from the main cause. And as long as, like everyone else is saying here, consistency, one voice, you know, the one team, one dream, but making sure that we stay that course. If it's, this thing sucks.
The stand sucks. Well, you have to be the change. You know what I mean? You gotta.
So basically, what I'm trying to say is, having that consistent, like, here's what we're fighting for, instead of, oh, but only the pink pistols. Oh, but only the orange rifles. No, this is why, and this is why we're here, and then we all keep hammering, just like everyone's saying, consistency and one common focus.
That's right.
I think we also need to educate ourselves too. I mean, if we can't educate ourselves, if we don't know what the hell we're talking about and we're just parroting or regurgitating anything that we read online, we're not doing ourselves any good and we're not doing anyone else any good. So educate ourselves and then we can educate other people.
This reminds me though, we win on facts, we win on the statistics, but that's not very sexy. I would love to see a little more personality, some personal stories, and NRA does a great job with the armed citizen. But the anti-side likes to say, you know, defensive gun uses are a myth. They're not. I wish we shared this, because the media doesn't pick that up. You know, when that 15-year-old kid defended his house with an AR, that wasn't in the news. So I would like to see more stories, more making it personal, and we need to share that stuff because the news doesn't do it.
You know, I had a few guys suggest, like, I started doing a good guy with a gun segment. And I had no idea how much that mattered to people to hear that, to have that kind of reinforcement of this matters, you know, and exactly, you'd never hear about it in mainstream news.
DGUs, defensive gun uses.
Right.
We have a segment for that too.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, let's keep pushing, guys. This is the time.
Good question. Thank you.
Yes, great question. Thank you.
Outstanding. We're going to have to cut off questions because of time. Sorry, guys. I'll be the bad guy for that. Some of these guys will be hanging around if you want to try to get to them afterwards. Understand how that goes. We've got the live feed to manage and other things to deal with. So quick answer from Facebook on the suppressor question. Use canned air for first round suppression. It works great. You can use electrical tape to hold it in and it'll last for up to an hour. Never thought of that. Pretty interesting, but good answer. It's from the internet, so it's true. Tons of stuff to give away. A lot of guns. We're going to do that. We're going to rip through. Adam, I'm going to start with you, and we're just going to work our way down. And when I say a lot of guns, we have 5 different guns from New Frontier Armory. We'll start with those. Brandy, if you're in the back and you're still awake, sister, are you back there? Yeah. You're gonna, when you win one of these serial items, she's going to write down what it was, and I'm going to describe it good for you. You're going to take your ticket to her and get information on how you're going to collect it, okay? First one is a G15 forged AR-15. G15 forged AR-15.
These also get a Holosun optic.
Yes, with them.
Yes.
241268.
241268, right over there. Next one is
Give
a
that man a lower.
C4 billet AR-15, also with a Holosun optic.
Ebbs, I just want to be clear, these are all lowers.
These are lowers.
Yep.
Not complete guns.
Correct.
Okay.
2411, and I cannot make this up, 22. So 122.
Right there. All right.
It's true.
Okay, the next one is a C10 billet 308 AR-10, lower.
241354.
Hey, over there on the right.
Right side, picking it up.
Yeah, sure.
This is a C9 billet 9mm/40 cal Glock mag lower, so it'll take Glock magazines
I just did a NADA review on one of those not long ago. They're awesome.
Cool.
24109 or 7.
097?
09
Hey,
or
right in
7.
the middle there.
All right. Last new frontier. This is a C45 billet.
Yeah, these are brand new.
45/10 mil Glock lower. So if you wanted to build a 10 mil AR, you could do it from this.
All right, here we go. This is a good number. It's better than 22 Plinksters. This one is 241-357.
Yeah.
241-357.
Hey, over
here
here
on
on
the
the left.
side. All right, we also have a mid-basic rifle from Adams Arms. Kat, are you still here? Do we have Adams Arms here? There she is in the back. Oh, we got it right here. Look. Boom.
You're going to win one of those.
Pretty cool. All right, Sean, you ready?
Yep. I've struck out the last couple times, so it's 241-086.
086.
Son of a.
086. Sean, what did you do to your
Really?
kids? What happened?
Guys, bad luck. I need to scoot away.
Yeah.
28. 241-028.
Those are the first people to come in.
Hey, there it is. And you get a hollow sun optic with that too. This is pretty interesting. This
Yeah.
is a
Look at that.
integrally suppressed rifle from Black Hole Subsonic. This is 300 blackout.
Brand new company, guys.
Carbon fiber to the max. This thing weighs, feel that, Tim. Reaction?
Holy cow.
The cow is holy. All right. Black Hole Subsonic. Their banner's right back there in the back. You ready, Jeremy? Look. Whitey.
241-365.
Why didn't I get a ticket?
241-365.
Joe back here.
Yeah.
Do we have any Purple Heart veterans here with us today?
Really?
Wow.
That's surprising.
That's good. I mean, just shot.
Any injured police or fire?
So basically what's going on here, guys, is this outfit right here that's behind us, there are a lot of really great guys. Stand up, Joe. Joe and these guys, they're Hero Hunt, and essentially what's going on right now is Hero Hunt is going to say a few words. Ebbs, can you take care of him with the microphone, because I can't hand this
Come
one
here,
off. He won. He's trying to find somebody that aligns with his cause and what these guys are doing all day, every day, to give this up to. So give it up for him. And
Yeah, he's going to explain a little bit.
explain for a second.
We started this company in 2012. I'm sorry I've talked so much I've lost my voice. I'm an active police officer in Nashville. Jose came to us as one of our injured heroes. He now works with our company as our military liaison. But basically we're getting our injured police, fire, military back out on the trigger. We're getting them on different kinds of hunts. Tim went on a hunt with us not long ago. John Patton has been just awesome, helping support what we're doing and getting the word out. 22 Plinkster, he and I fished a while back and we talked about it. These guys have been awesome about helping us get our message out, because there's a lot of these guys and girls that are sitting in dark places. And
hello, everyone. My name is Jose Sixtos. I am a 15-year Army veteran, 2-time Purple Heart recipient, and I started with this organization. Thank you. It's good to be back. So I started with this organization. When I first came, I was in a really bad way. Didn't really want to talk to people, kind of isolated. And to be honest with you, this organization saved my life. It brought me back to believing in humanity, brought me back into believing in myself. And shortly after that, this organization and turkeys. I'm in love with turkey hunting. So, but exactly. So after a while, Joe and his family was able to bring me back to being able to articulate everything that, everything that it meant to me. And like I said, it saved my life. And the reason I jumped on board is if I could do even a small fraction of what they did for me to someone else, then I feel like I have a purpose in life. And so, just to tell you a little bit about what we do is we take injured military, police, fire, first responders that have been wounded in the line of duty, and we take them out either hunting, fishing, or even just to hang out with another veteran or police officer, like-minded people, and let them know that we're out there to help, we're out there to listen, and just like what you guys did, we're ready to welcome them back to this beautiful country of ours. All I can say about it is look us up. Give us a...
Guys, check out Hero Hunt. They're doing some really important things, and we really appreciate what they're doing for the community. Thank you, Joe.
Is there an active duty combat veteran out here?
Hey, we got one on the right.
Let me get your ticket.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Thank you for your service.
Thanks, Joe. Guys, Joe and Jose.
Thanks, sir.
From Hero Hunt.
Hero Hunt. Check them out, guys.
Awesome. Thanks. Killer segue, Whitey. Thank you for that. Fantastic. More guns still. We have a Hudson H9. We have the House of Arms Firehammer like John talked about. And we have the ticket did not pan out for the Streamlight, so we still have the Streamlight from Blue Alpha Gear. Who was our next reader? Was that John?
No, that'd be me. It's 241344. I'm a big fan of that Streamlight, by the way. I did a review of it.
All right.
Okay.
All right, very good. Okay, now this mention of the rifle, we actually don't have it here. You can go to TGC Facebook page to see the 460 Smith & Wesson Magnum. It's been cut down from a 20-inch barrel to a 16.5-inch barrel, threaded to 458 SOCOM specs, and along with that, you get a Bowers Verse 458 suppressor. So you're getting a package gun, weighs 6 pounds. I built it myself, did the trigger. The trigger's 2 pounds, 2 ounces. It's a beautiful rifle. Comes with the laminate stock and the suppressor too. So
And the optic.
And a hair gel.
And it comes with the Holosun optic.
Oh,
And,
dang.
I felt like we've been on the same page until...
Look at your heads. You're never going to be on the same page.
Get in on it.
Can I rescind my spot up here and get a ticket?
No.
Actually,
Thank you. I'll take that as a compliment, though.
Okay.
Dave, is that you or is that Kraut? Kraut, you got the number for the House of Arms Firehammer.
The Firehammer. 24129 suspense 8.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. You can go see Brandy. Tell her you got the Firehammer and the Verse 458 suppressor. We've got some more stuff over here on the table. We have some cans of 500 rounds of 9mm. This is from Hollow Wolf, right?
Wolf Hollow
Wolf
Tactical. They go with these holsters. So it's a holster, 500 rounds of ammo, and one of their sweet stainless cups.
Remember your checked baggage.
Like this.
Checked baggage.
So
so there's 3 of these. We do
I'm
3
going to
numbers?
call 3 numbers.
All right,
I'm going to
good.
call them all. All right. We've got 241315. Right over there. All right, next one. 241153. Right here. All right, Deadpool. And last but not least, 241199. All right, over here. Nice. So each one of you gets a holster, 500 rounds of 9mm, and a sweet stainless cup. They are awesome.
Very cool. We have this Evanston Art Studio spent case pistol. Pretty sweet. Actually, weighs about 7 pounds. There he is, Mr. Evanson. You just won it.
It's okay, Ebbs.
It's not. It's not. So much sweat. All right, who's got a number for me? Dave, you got a number?
Yeah, I got you. 241-382. 241-382.
382. All right. Over here on the side.
This thing is really cool.
We've got a bunch of
so much stuff,
SDI
guys.
cleaning mats that are going to be
Can we
getting
throw
tossed
those?
out to you guys. We have a prize pack from Circle 10 AK. Parts, muzzle, stock. Chad, can you give me a number on that? Wait, maybe wait just a second.
May have to wait a moment.
We'll go football toss on this one.
Nice.
Oh, frisbee this one.
Oh, no.
Heads up. I guess. That's a thing. Oh, hey, let's hit people with stuff.
Whoa, that was a good one. Back to the spring.
Oh, man.
Let's come over here.
Just signed the waiver, right?
Jeremy, I'm sorry. I got excited and threw your phone. I got excited and threw your phone. Oh, no. It must have been Whitey's.
Not Cameron out over there.
Pay attention, Cameron.
All right, John's going to introduce the next giveaway item here. These are really cool. We gave these away at Chacho for our awards, too.
Okay, so this is a 25 mil. I have no idea which version of a 25 millimeter this is. It's an exploded display from Ballistic Concepts. It is a one-off. There is not another one of these on the planet, okay? This thing is super, super cool. You guys can come up here and take a look at it. It'll be sitting up here, but I'm going to call a number for it. It has the panel logo in there. Really, really cool. Okay, 241-466. Is that really? All right, right here. That's all you. That thing's super, super cool.
All right, I mentioned a minute ago before we started bombarding you with the cleaning mats, the Circle 10 AK package, and Chad's got a number for me for that.
I do have a number. It is 241-448.
Right there in the back.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
All right.
Okay, we have one more gun to give away, and I'm having a hard time considering to let it go. This is the Hudson H9. You've seen this at SHOT Show pretty much everywhere.
This is one of the coolest new guns out
As
there,
it's
guys.
rolled out, and we're giving one away right now. In fact, we have a really cool, straight from Hudson, basically a gift certificate.
We gave these.
You'll receive.
They actually won one of the TGC awards at SHOT Show.
So you'll be getting this. You won't take the Hudson home with you, but you're going to go back and see Brandy and get set up for receiving it. Very cool, guys. Thank you for that. Sean's got a number.
I do. I'm going to try again.
Did Sean Heron win? Let me guess.
Yeah, the winner is Sean Heron. The number is 241309.
Right
Boom.
there.
Yes, finally.
My man.
That gift certificate is actually for a 12-pack of Dr. Pepper.
That's incredible. I'm
If
so
you'd like
jealous.
a chance to handle it real quick before you leave, too, just so you get your picture taken with it or something, we could probably arrange that. But hey, really, guys, like Tim said when he stepped up, let the NRA know, tell them about it, plug Facebook, hashtag TGC panel, anything you could do to get the word out. There's no reason we shouldn't have to be in a room twice this big next year, maybe 3 times.
We'll see.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
listen, we're starting to wrap up here, guys, but I think it's really important. If you're in this room and you have not gone and voted for Adam Kraut yet, you still have an hour left to do so. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, all right.
Got it.
Good talk. Thank you.
Okay, all right. I didn't realize I couldn't do that. But I've got another thing here we're going to give away. This is a UTM kit from MTAC Training in Muncie, Indiana. Okay? These guys are super, super cool. They got a really cool shoot house there, and they love doing the UTM stuff. So if you want to use this, you can shoot your friends with UTM. Okay, we've
Ultimate
got
training
241101. Anybody? Anybody? Bueller? I don't have another number. I've got another number. 241159. All right. My man. I've got it for you right here. Okay. Yeah.
Sir, are we allowed to encourage people to go vote, just not for a specific candidate?
Okay.
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 Someone give me a gavel.
Don't get us in trouble, please. Don't get us in trouble.
Hey,
You're
listen,
not my real
that,
dad.
That wasn't. That's not on Adam. That's on me. Hey.
We'll figure it out.
Hey, I'm not worried about it.
Hey, we still feel good. We've had a good time here this afternoon, right?
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah. Hey, can we hear it for our panel, guys? Everybody took their time out. Super busy. Yep.
Come on.
So you guys gonna bow or what? You just gonna sit or stand and take a bow maybe? That would be all right.
We're nothing without these guys, man.
Thank you guys. Thanks everybody for coming. Thanks for helping us make this a great event. Imagine we'll see you again in a year.
Thanks.
Listen to We Like Shooting.
Bueller.